President Trump set a new record. There's a record that, I feel like he's done this time and time again previously, but I don't know if it's ever happened in this small a time frame. So here he is talking about Mayor Bill de Blasio and Andrew Cuomo, and he just totally contradicts himself like one sentence after the next, and I'm astonished by it. I had to show you.
You seem to have a good working relationship with Andrew Cuomo during the height of the COVID pandemic.
I gave him more than he asked for, and all they are is nasty.
But now he's coming after you, saying it's your mismanagement that's gotten us into this mess. And
well,
so,
the good news, he hasn't gotten very far with that because people understand. He killed 11,000 people with bad decisions on nursing homes. He's the #1 state in the country by far for death. I mean, probably in the whole world for death. You take New York out of the equation, I think we have among the best numbers anyway, but you take New York, we have the best numbers in the world, countrywide. No, Andrew said I did an incredible job. Andrew said everything that he asked for. As an example, they wanted the ship, I got him the ship. They wanted the Javits Center, I got him the Javits Center.
Did you catch it? At the beginning, he says, I gave them more than they asked for, and all they are is nasty. And then fast forward 20 seconds, he says, Andrew said I did an incredible job, and I gave them everything they asked for. You just said that all they are nasty, and then you said that they gave you tremendous credit. Which is it, dude? Which is it? See, I feel like this is really solid evidence for my theory on Trump, which is that, man, I've had this argument with Corin many times. Man, he's not some sort of grand chess master who knows what he's doing when he says stuff. The guy is pure impulse. He's pure id. It's whatever he's feeling in that moment, he's going to fire it off. He's going to contradict himself 1,000 times. He's going to make no sense. Sometimes he'll sound like he's right-wing. Sometimes he'll sound like he's left-wing. He'll just say whatever's in his mind at that moment. But ultimately, it comes to naught because he doesn't believe any of it, and he's a path of least resistance guy, which means wherever the establishment is pushing him is where he'll end up going because it's the path of least resistance since he has no real convictions. But this is just such a good example of the way his mind works. He really seamlessly goes from, I gave them more than they asked for, and all they are is nasty, to, now Andrew said I did an incredible job, and I gave them everything they wanted. He said I did an incredible job. He's so nasty all the time. But really, he says I did an incredible job. What? Which is it? Oh my God. And I have to, I can't continue on in this segment without pointing out the obvious, which is Trump says, oh, we have the best numbers anywhere in the world if you remove New York. Okay, you can't. That's not the way it works, bro. You can't just remove New York. What a ridiculous thought experiment. If you change the nature of the United States of America, then the United States of America is doing wonderful. But that's not even true, by the way. He's right that Andrew Cuomo was an abysmal failure. But so is he. Trump is an abysmal failure as well. They always, the one thing they always point to is, we blocked travel from China very early on. It was called xenophobic, but we did the right thing, and we saved so many lives. No, because by the time you blocked travel from China, the virus was already spreading here colossally. It was everywhere. People were sick. People were dying. Do you not understand the way it works? It's not like you can only contract the virus from somebody who is from Wuhan or was in Wuhan. That's not the way it works. The virus was already here and spreading, so when you stop travel from China, if the virus is already here and spreading, you're not saving Dickie McGee's axe. Oh my God, he's such a dunce. He's such a dunce. But no, if you take New York out, we still have horrendous numbers. If you put New York in, we still have horrendous numbers. Because yes, Andrew Cuomo failed, but so did Donald Trump, so did Mike Pence, so did the United States of America. Other developed countries fared way, way better than we did. Guys, just something as simple as, I always use the Japan example. basically they had limited economic shutdowns. They never went as far as we did, but they had universal masks, and they had way fewer people die. Even when you adjust the numbers to do an apples-to-apples comparison, they did way better than we did. We got, over 180,000 people dying now? It's like us, Brazil, and India doing worst in the world, and he's out there doing a victory lap. Come on, man. And notice, the whole conversation is always framed through, how are people treating me? How Andrew Cuomo, he's being very unfair to me. He's being very unfair, he's totally nasty, and he loves me, and he said I did an incredible job, and he's a wonderful guy. Oh, the mind of a child, man. The mind of a child. I'm so tired, bro. I really am. Yes, Andrew Cuomo did a terrible job. Bill de Blasio did a terrible job. So did Donald Trump. There's nothing you could say or do that can hide that. But he tries. Just brazenly, best numbers anywhere. I loved watching Mike Pence's speech at the RNC. When he was he basically was arguing that, COVID-19 is already defeated. He's like, we did the largest mobilization since World War II in this country. How'd that work out? 180,000 dead Americans. By the way, their main thing that they keep focusing on now is the protests, the rioting, and the looting. That's the main thing that they're focusing on now. What's the death count from that? I'm not saying that to be flippant. There is a death count. Some people have died. But what's the death count with the civil unrest versus COVID-19? And why are you not looking at it in a more proportional manner where more of your focus and your effort and your attention goes to the thing that's actually killing a tremendous number of Americans? It's because they think politically it's more of a winner for them to pivot to the riots and the looting and the protest. Politically, he thinks, because I'll say, you're going to be safe in Donald Trump's America, you're not going to be safe in Joe Biden's America. Really? Seems to me like you're very unsafe in Donald Trump's America. Not just from the rioting and the looting and stuff, but more importantly from COVID, where 180,000 Americans are dead and rising. So that's the opposite of safe, but he can't talk about that honestly. He can't talk about that openly. He failed on that front, so now it's deflect and obfuscate and pivot to other issues as he says silly stuff like this.